but for the called out ones, for those who just feel like something is pulling them, but they just can't seem to get it together, or they can't seem to understand what it is. I'm telling you, baby, it's God and the call on your life. And I just want to give you a little testimony about myself, about how I lost my job. I lost it all. I lost everything. And God refused to give me another job. I searched job after job after job. Nothing come out for me. I've even talked to the people that was in charge of hiring, the people that can pull strings. Do you understand? When God don't want something to happen, he not gonna let it happen. God don't want me to work. For one, because there's a greater plan in store that I could ever create. A plan of action that anybody can ever give me. The call that's on my life is so much greater than I can ever imagine. That's one reason God will not allow you to work, because he's trying to equip you. He's trying to build you and mold you into who he birthed you to be, who he created you to be, who he woven you to be before he even birthed you out of your mother's womb. We all have a destiny and a purpose here in life on earth, to be of service to someone, in order to preach the gospel in some way, shape, or form. How we live is supposed to be a testament to the goodness and the greatness of God, for him to get the glory. It was designed all along for God to get the glory out of our lives and all that we do. So it's not easy when you answer the call of God on your life. It's not easy. It's so painful. But baby, the pain is going to birth a promised land. The pain is birthing your purpose. And if you just hang in there, and I'm going to tell you, I felt like Job. Sometimes I still feel like Job. But the pain is no more. God is constantly molding me and building me to who he created me to be. The call on my life, through my testimony, is going to help save so many people. It's going to help bring so many people back to Christ. Those connected to me, my children, my family. It may not happen at the moment. Listen to me. What Job went through. Listen, I need you to get this revelation. What Job went through, the pain Job had to endure, and he even questioned God, why? His friends looked at him and said, what did you do in order to receive this from God? How? What did you do, Job? Job was innocent. God knew Job would not turn his back on him. Everything Job had to go through was a testament of God's goodness and his glory. How Job's friends seen that Job must have done something in order to receive that punishment. In order to receive, like how his family got wiped away. How all his money and land got wiped away. How he even got plagued with sickness. So much Job went through. That pain Job had to endure was a purpose came out of that, because what his friends did, when his friends seen how Job never turned his back on God, how he constantly had faith, and God blessed Job with double. Do you understand? That was a testimony for the friends to go back and tell the goodness and the greatness and the marvelous works they seen God creating Job. So you know what? Now they believe that if God did it for Job, God could do it for me. Now they go and tell their family and their friends. Because a lot of times God got to work a miracle in order for us to believe in how great he is. But for those that will stand the test of time, that will not wither, even through the pain, even through the shame, even through the ridicule, God will not allow you to be moved. God wants you right there so you can hear him clearly. When God don't want you with a job, that means you got to be in his presence. You got to study his word. You got to be on your face night and day praying. You got to be in solitude. The time that I spent on jobs, it took me away from God. The 9 to 5 will have you, when God don't want you to work, he know that that job is going to pull you away from him. He know that job is not going to allow you to get home after a hard day's work, still have to take care of your family, and then still try to find time for him and what he trying to equip you with, how he trying to build you and mold you into what he created you to be. That's the main reason God will not allow you to work. I grew up hard. Now I live a soft life with Christ, because God knew the hard knock life I had to endure. And when I prayed for my deliverance, I prayed that God take the pain away. I prayed that he give me abundant peace. I ain't even had the money yet. I wanted peace. Peace was my bag. And God answered my prayers. God knew what I needed. God know what you need before you even ask for it. God know what you endured. Trust me, he haven't forgotten about you. Don't ever think God forgot about you. Don't ever think this is the end. Don't ever think your time is up. Time is up for your pain. Time is up for your lack. Time is up for your poverty. Time is up for those bad decisions that you made growing up. Time is up for them cycles and them generational curses that's been plaguing you. That's just been following you from years and years and years. Time is up for that. Time is up for your enemies. Time is up for Satan. The devil is a liar. Them lies he trying to tell you in your ear. How you're not worthy, what you can't do, what marvelous works that you cannot create, that you cannot do. How you can't be this powerful prayer warrior. That's lies from the enemy. His time is up. Your time not up, baby. God got so much great and mighty works he want to show you, he want to do with you. That's a lot of times God will not allow you to work. And some of you right now, you feel that in your soul. There's something just telling you to quit your 9 to 5. Something is just telling you to walk away from the career. Something telling you to even walk away from the business. When God is telling you to leave something, trust me, he's going to bless you with double. He's going to bless you bigger than you can ever imagine. God will supply all your needs when he tell you to leave something. If he's telling you to leave something, that means it's not meant for you. If he takes something out of your life, that's not what he destined for you to have or to be involved in. After the pandemic, I almost went crazy. People was talking about me. What's wrong with Tawana? What's wrong with her? But I called on Jesus and I gave my life to Christ. I just wanted to be free. I wanted to be free from the anxiety and the mental illness that plagued my bloodline. I had to become free of the poverty that plagued my bloodline. I had to become free. A premature death of both the men and the women in my family. Sickness and diseases killing out the women in my family at early ages. I wanted to become free. God knew the call he had on my life. When I lost my job from the pandemic, everything came crashing down on me. Everything. I thought I was dying every day. I got sick and tired, so I called on Jesus. I called on Jesus. I knew of God, but I didn't have God in the center of my life. When God got a call on your life, you're going to know it. You're going to feel it. You got to answer the call. You got to be readily available every time he want to speak to you. God got stuff that he want to download in you, and he can't have you distracted. Working 16-hour jobs. How you going to have time to hear from God? How you going to have time to study his word when he got a call on your life? When he trying to use your life as a testimony to help set the captives free? There's so much that God wants to give you. There's so much God wants to tell you. There's so much God wants to fill you up with. There's an inherited land for all of us. There's promises for all of us. If you would just answer the call, if you would just let it go, whatever you're feeling in your spirit, that is time is up for it. Whatever you're involved in, if the time is up for it, you got to let it go. You got to be obedient. You cannot delay your blessings any longer. You cannot delay your call any longer. And I'm going to tell you, God showed me self-care. That's how I became delivered whole and set free. God showed me self-care. Self-care with God is my ministry. That's my life. God knows self-care is what keeps me in my right mind. When I'm intimate with God, that is my number one self-care regimen. I make sure I put God first. God knows I need that in order to stay whole, in order to be who he created me to be, in order to show up as my best self, in order to fill my cup up. He had to show me self-care. And God has to get the glory out of all that he do in your life. Anybody walk out of your life, God gonna get the glory. You lose your car, your home, God is gonna get the glory. Anything that God take out of your life, trust me, he's gonna get the glory. Trust me, he's gonna bless you with double. Trust me, he's gonna open up the floodgates of heaven and pull you down many blessings bigger than you can receive. You just got to be patient. You got to trust God. You got to stay in the fight. You got to stay there like Job did. Satan did so much to Job. Baby, in your spiritual warfare, you got to fight as hard as Satan fight. You got to stay on the Lord's side. You got to stay at the foot of God. You got to stay at the foot of Jesus. Because that's your rock. That's who gonna bring you through whatever it is that you're going through your waiting season, through your isolation season, through your season of drought and lack, through your season of confusion, through your season of loss. Ain't nobody gonna bring you through but Jesus. God is your way maker and your will provider. God wants you to start a business. He gonna give it to you when he know you ready for it. But he gotta equip you for it. There's a certain type of business God will want you to start. He will allow you not to work, to sit you still, to equip you in the God-given heavenly kingdom business that he needs you to create in order to heal the sick souls that's lost. God has so many people assigned to just you. There's so many people waiting on you for you to answer the call. Your future generations from now is waiting on you for you to answer the call. God's plan, the master plan. Y'all go back and watch my video titled The Master's Plan. God have a master plan. You have to answer the call. No matter how low you go, when you're on that floor, you stay at the foot of Jesus. The plan is bigger. The calling on your life is going to be a testimony that help others. You got to focus on the word. God is going to prepare you for the purpose. He's going to anoint you. He need no distractions. When I tell you, once you answer that call, once you deny the things that you think, what society say, how you supposed to have your success, once you deny those things, once you turn to God and you say, yes, Jesus, have your will and your way with me. Once you do this, there's going to be a process. God is going to anoint you and he's going to equip you. There's going to be some people that's not going to stand with you. There's going to be some people that's not going to support you. There's going to be so many people that's going to look down on you. Be ready for the shame. Be ready for the long nights of crying. You got to be ready. But in the end, there's an inherited land. In the end, there's so much prosperity. In the end, there's richness, fullness of joy. Not just financial richness in family. God will equip you with the purposeful partner that he has for you. The kingdom spouse or the kingdom husband. Husband or a kingdom wife. God will deliver your children from anything that's plaguing them. Any type of demons that they're struggling with. God got to equip you to be the watchman on the wall for your family. There's so much when God is not allowing you to work. There's so much that God has to show you. There's so much he got to equip you with. There's so much. There's a mantle that is a heavy, expensive mantle that you have to carry, that you have to bear, that you have to know how to lead for the next generations to come. That mantle got to be passed on. Many times the mantle has been stolen and skipped. But if you answer that call and you allow God to equip you and to mold you and craft you and shape you and anoint you, you got a call on your life. Stop denying the call. God sent me on here to tell somebody it's time for you to answer the call. There's many people waiting on you. It's time for you to be delivered. It's time for you to be healed, whole, and set free. It's time for the captives to be set free. It's time for them plagues and them curses and them cycles to end. Time is up. Today, the devil is a liar. When you lose your job, when you cannot work, God will provide. He is your way maker. He is your Jehovah Jireh. Many things you won't have, but God is going to bless you with everything you need. God will send people in your path to help you. Don't you worry about it. You continue to trust in God and know that He gonna see you through. Know that in the end, it's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow everybody's mind connected to you. In the end, there's a purpose and a plan that God is gonna get the glory for your story. There's so much in store for you, but you gotta answer the call. You gotta go through it. God gonna see you through it. I love you. Bye.